Hello, beautiful people. Future me. Welcome to another programming workout of mine. We'll start with a code and practice as always, and we will go from there. Today we will be doing Java in the programming part of this thing. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh my god. Okay, well, never mind. Wrong timer. This one. will finish it. Super there. Mhm. All right. 4%, that's not bad. That's not bad for me. I noticed that I kinda, when I'm impatient and try to like finish it, like do it fast, like in my mind, kind of this like feeling, like when I go with it, I make more mistakes. So, we will continue with Java today, as I said. We can have a look what I did last time. So I will stop this timer and start the Java timer. And I was doing character class. Okay, so let's look what is next in line. And that is character class. So click next page. It looks like it's Java strings. Okay, so let's do that. Package and delete this tutorial, and it was 15, it was string class share inside class string class. Okay, so yes, please add it. First, I will try to code without looking at the tutorial and explain the concept. So the strings, first of all, there are immutable objects. Uh, I don't know how this will be useful right now to so let's start with the primitive, shall we? Well, it's not really primitive, it's the reference, object reference. So it is a okay. So I'll do public static void main method, and then I'll do string uh, uh, let's do a, and that will be hello. And this is how you initiate a string. I believe you can do also this new string, and then in the constructor you have many options, as you can see, and there are more than I know of, at least more than I knew there is. Okay, tak spadlo. A což? So and okay, so there's more than I know. There's like this offset and count. Interesting, interesting. Well, the normal way which I would do is like to put in string, so I will say world in here, and then I can print a plus b. Also maybe a space in between would be nice. And when I run it, I will see this one works. We can compare the strings. I think the string class has a compare implemented. So if we do normal comparison, like using the equal sign operator, uh, we might get the same, right? So I will do string, come on, string a1, and that will be equal to 1, 2, 3 in numbers, and then let's have a a2, and now we can do the comparisons. So we can print out the normal comparison. So let's say a1 equal a2, 2 like so, and then here we will say A1 compared to A2 like so. Then we can have a comparison, the right way to do it, which would be A1 compared to, and here we will have a A2 as an argument for that function, and that will give us the result, hopefully. Well, it will be A1 compare to A2, and I'm missing here plus sign. And as we saw right now, there's also ignore case, but let's just run this first. This will compare the strings for us. The first one I think should be false, because it is comparing the references. So this one is completely missing. It's hello world, then false. Interesting. Oh yeah, because it is executed from left to right, so it puts those together, and then it compares it to, and what I meant is this, and that would be to have it like so. It will print out this, and then we'll execute the comparison in here. That would be it. So let's see, and we should get false. I hope. I think. And it's true. Okay. It's true then. And what else? Okay, yeah, so we have a string b1, and we can demonstrate the compare case. So ABC, for example. Oh, come on. Like so. Then I will do here B2, and then here, let's say uppercase, and we will compare it, and it will be B1 compared to ignore case, I think it's that, V2 space, and it will, here we will say V1 compared to ignore case V2, and we should get true on this one as well. Okay, so you have that. Well, I think that's everything to it that comes to my mind right now. So let's see what the lesson says. Strings. So here is how to initialize it. There is an initialization with the string char. Sure. Oh, string length. Okay, so string length, concatenating strings, and creating format strings. And there are other things we can try. Okay, so the length is important one. So let's do string C, and that will be equal to 1, 2, 3 ABC, and we will do this thing, and that will be that length. This we can do as well. So this will get us 6. So now the string C is not unused, but well, yeah, it's 6. What else? That was it, right? Concatenate strings, okay. So I can do string D1 will be equal to uh, 1 to oh crap 1 to 3. D2 will be equal to 4, 5, 6, let's say, and we will have a string D3, and that will be equal to D1 concat, and we will say D2 like so, and we can print it out to see what we did, and that will, I will print just the D3. We know the others, we see the values. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can check if that string contains something. That is useful as well. So we will say so, and let's say D1 contains, and we put in char sequence. Oh, that's interesting. So can I do, yeah, so let's do 4, 5, 6 or 4, 5, or let's say 3, 4. And here I will change it to D3. Run, and we will get false and true, and maybe I could do a better job of making it beautiful. Come on. Okay, and we've got it, false true. And then seems to be like many other things here, so we can go over it. So chart add, that will returns us and character at the, whoa. So, and we, let's say, also I think I don't like this thing, so maybe I will go general background will be a little bit darker, like so. Choose, this will be not underwaved, it will be bordered. Let's try that. Apply. Okay. Now we want the char add. So this will be char add, and we will have a string. It will be E1, and that will be um, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we can print out E1 char at, and we'll take 1, and we will take 6, for example. Yeah, sure. And we should get 1 and 6. Okay, that works. Then what do we have next? That is compare to. We did that. Compare to string, another string. Compare to ignore case. We did that. Contact did that. Content equals. What is that? Returns true if and only if this string represents the same sequence of characters as the specified string buffer. Okay, we can do that. So, um, what was the name? It was content equals content equals, and that will be, so we want string buffer new string buffer, like so. Sure, and then we will in the string buffer we will what? We will append hello. Then we will have a string, and that will be f1, and that will be equal to hello as well. And then we will print out if the f1 content equals string buffer. That should be true, but then we will append something else as well in the string buffer. Append, and we will append 1, 2, 3. And now if we call the same thing again, we should get false. I can have a look what's next. Content equals copy value of of, and here we've got true and here is false, so that is correct, of course. Now the copy value of is something which I don't know what it is. Char data strings as represents the character sequence in array specified. Okay, and then we have another thing, so we will have char array. So char char not that char, and it will be e1, and that will be equal to h a l l o. Why not? What's the problem in here? E1 is already defined. Okay, it is here. D, E, F, G. Thank you. Hmm. Looks better the way I did it now. I mean the red underlining colors. Okay. Now we will. What does it do? Copy value of returns a string that represents character sequence. Okay, and that is static, so we can have a string g2, and that will be equal to string copy value of, and we say g1, like so. And then we can print out it. Copy. I'll do this. And here we will print out the G2. So that is one thing, but then I can have a string G3, and here I will use the parameters. So let's say string copy value of, and then you have in offset, in count. So I believe this will offset from the beginning. So if I do 1 and then 2, we will have OP. That's my intuition, so let's see if that is correct. So I will say G1, 1, 2, like so. And I did not print it out, so we'll fix that. And we say G3 in here. Then I will stop everything and run this again. So we have a copy in here. OP, oh well, I guessed it, cool. So what else? So we have that, now we have ends width. So let's do that. Ends width. And we will have a string EFG H1. That will be equal to something. Then we will output south H1 and width, and we will say thing. And here we will output H1 and width, and we say some, just like so, and we should get true and false. If we have ends width, I suppose we will have a starts width as well. Okay, so this works. What else? We have equals. So we tried that. Equals ignore case. We did that as well. Get bytes. Okay. That will return us a numbers. So get bytes. We are out of the time. So much fun. Come on. and we will have another string. String h I one that will be uh, hello or nice. It will be nice, and we will output the array, which will be garbage, I think. So we can get I1, I1, get bytes. Oh, it takes a parameter? Okay, so it should be maybe used. Is it static method? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Okay, so how is it? Get bytes, encode this string into sequence of bytes using, okay. So go back, h1, I1. Well, that will be not enough, so I will say array uh, array of, and here I will close this in that thing, and cannot resolve. Really? Reference, yes, that one. Import Java lang. Is that it? I think so. Off. Okay, that was from. Maybe. Java SQ. I did not choose the SQL, did I? Oh, maybe I did. Okay, so Alt Enter. Oh, come on. Alt Enter. So if I want second one, Java lang reflect. Okay. We don't have off. Okay, how is that? Java arrays. Maybe it's even in the tutorial I'm looking. Or maybe string. Or just Java print array. Simplest way to print, and that will erase something. ToString maybe? Erase to. Oh, it might be erase toString. Erase new string. Okay, erase toString. Yeah. So it's erase toString. I forgot. Okay, so we don't need this thing in here in that case. And here we will have arrays to string. That should work. Okay, and that is 10, 105, and 99. Now I'm curious, how can I get the string or char, that number to So let's say salt, and I will say char, and say I1 get bytes, the first one. And I hope to get n. Oh, it works. Okay, cool. This works. So what do we have next? Soft. So we get bytes, then we have string char set name. Encode this string into a sequence of bytes using name char set storing result. Okay, well, get chars, it returns nothing. This weird. Copies characters from this string into the destination character array. That is weird thing. How many? How many other? Oh, there's a lot. Chart to lowercase. That is useful. String to string returns itself to uppercase. Local cards. Okay. Trim. Leading and trailing white space omitted. This nice. So split. Split is useful as well. Replace all is useful as well. Sure, maybe, I'm not sure. I'm 7 minutes over the time limit already, so maybe I will call it quits. Um, yeah, we are done. Done is better than perfect. And I'll see you next time.